You alleged too that Nicole Murphy had relations with your ex-husband. Were you two friends?
Mm-hmm. Birthday parties. I've been to her house. She was at my bachelorette party. But you know what? At that time, my mother told me then. She said, but you got to watch that one there. And I was like, who? I said, the one dancing. She said, yes, that's Eddie Murphy's wife. She said, you got to watch that one.
Current wife at the time or ex at the time?
I want to say, I think she was still married. They were still married. And I was like, no, And so, and your mom tell you something about new school, you feel like you old school, And she was right.
Girl, Nicole Murphy always been that quiet, classy type who don't mess with nobody, right? But when it comes to Lisa Raye, whew baby, it's always something. Cause Lisa been saying from way back that Nicole messed with her man Michael even. Though they were friends, like she straight called her a homewrecker and said Nicole stay chasing married dudes, but Chile, Nicole said she too grown for that nonsense. And if Lisa thought what happened back then was messy, she got no idea, cause word on the street is Nicole been peeking around Lisa's new man just to get some payback for all that shade. And honestly, at this point, I don't think these two could ever be cool again. There's just too much bad blood between them. And let's not forget, Lisa started the dragging first when she brought up that whole Antoine Fuqua situation. Cause remember when Nicole got caught kissing Layla Rashon's husband on vacation? That whole scandal blew up real bad and folks were saying she was trying to steal him. But when Lisa jumped in with her own tea girl, it just took the drama to a whole new level.
Thing is this, when you're a woman and you grown, let's handle it like a woman. Let's talk face to face and let's get it out. But here's the thing. I sat with her a couple of months ago, longer than a couple of months ago, about 6 months ago. And
this was after the alleged affair?
Before.
Okay.
And I said, let's talk about it because I waited a very long time for you and I to get like this right here, face to face, And
no, she's talking about Nicole, not me.
Right.
Relax.
And we had a good conversation because she said to me, you know what? We're two older women that look good that's in the business. I hate this. And I do too, because I hate when we can't bridge the gap between women. We should not be in that position.
Right.
I will say this.
So back when Nicole was all booed up with her man Michael Strahan and they were getting ready to walk down the aisle, Chile Lisa Raye just couldn't stay quiet. She allegedly slid some receipts. His way showing Nicole was out here doing some sneaky stuff and baby. That was all it took for Michael to hit the brakes on the wedding plans. And not long after that, their whole love story just fell apart.
Here's the thing, Leela and Nicole have reportedly been close friends for years and they travel in the same circle.
And my thing is this, plus, you're not talking about it all the time. That's that friendship stuff.
Yeah.
No, ma'am.
Well, but listen, the whole internet's on fire about it. Even your sister, the brat, Lisa Raye McCoy, jumped in social media and said, girl, Nikki Murphy, you went after Layla Rashawn husband too? Shaking my head so wrong again.
Ooh, wait, hold on.
So what's the fine print of the tea? Like, did she go after Lisa Raye's husband when she was married to the...
Absolutely. When my sister was the first lady of Turks and Caicos, absolutely.
What? And when folks asked Lisa Raye why she kept dragging Nicole, like she just wouldn't let it go, she spilled that Nicole had a whole thing going on with her husband, Michael McIsaac, while they were still married. And Chile, it wasn't. Even just about the cheating. It was the betrayal, because Lisa really thought Nicole was her friend. And then she went and did her dirty like that. So, yeah, Lisa been salty ever since, and honestly, who could blame her?
That's true, absolutely true.
So what happened exactly?
Just what you said. She messed around with my husband. Here's the thing. We've all done something that we regret. We've all made mistakes and we all have to learn from that. But when you start doing it and being messy enough to do it amongst family, how does a family kiss turn into a I'm sorry apology? Like, what do you mean? You didn't know that she was married? We all know that she was married. And that was 20 years. That's history. You don't do that amongst friends.
Right.
Because there's no loyalty.
Right.
There's no loyalty, and you got to look up and your person that you invite into your house and you celebrating your birthdays and going to games with, you got to look up and they're in Italy with your husband.
Right.
How'd you find that out?
I had checked the manifest of my plane because we owned a plane. And so when you check that list, it says all the people that have rode on the plane. And she didn't ride on it with me, and nor did she receive an invitation from me. So if you had a girlfriend that has her own island, I would think that you would call and say, hey girl, I'm coming, because I was getting everybody to come. So why you would accept an invitation from him and you don't even know him is unbeknownst to me. I don't know how that could happen. Do you? I guess not.
I never owned a private plane or
Not that part.
no, I mean, I don't know, you know, meaning, yes, this is too rich for me. You know, the manifest of the list, like, damn. So you saw her name on the list.
And I tried to call her. And, you know, at first she said, no, I haven't been to Turks and Caicos. I have not been. And it was like, well, wait a minute, you know. And then I called again, and then she stopped answering the phone. So at the time she was dating, at this time,
Michael
when
Strahan?
I found out, she was dating Michael Strahan. So I called him. And I said, hey, do you know anything about this? And, you know, we talked or whatever. And I said, well, you know, let me send you a tape that I have of proof, you know. And so I did.
What tape? What was on the tape?
You know, it was a tape of her and Michael where she was dropping Michael off at the private airport in her car. And they opened the gate and they pulled up to the plane, and she gets out and he gets out, and I go, oh, I didn't know y'all knew each other. And I'm gonna leave it right there because that part is my business. The other part is someone else's business, which I've never, you know, would speak on. But for me, that was enough. It was like, wow, I'm gonna whoop your ass. Friends don't do that now. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that I would think an enemy would do, or somebody that I just don't know. But someone that you have to watch your girl. Where I come from, south side of Chicago, that's an ass whooping. That's an ass whooping. Period.
And girl, here's where it gets even. Messier Lisa Raye went on saying that even though her and Nicole could never be cool again, she don't want no beef because they still move around the same Hollywood circles. But word on the street is Nicole wasn't feeling that at all. Like how you gonna talk all that mess, then turn around and play nice? She's out here saying Lisa just wants to look like the bigger person after running her mouth, and Nicole ain't about to let that slide.
It may be social media. No. Social media took on a mountain of its own. And like I said, listen, it said I broke up somebody's marriage, which is absolutely false. I never did that. There was a statement released by that ex-husband saying it's false. And you're talking about when Lisa Raye got involved and said you slept with her husband. Yes, and it's not true. No, she talked real breezy on social media. I know, it's not true. First of all, her husband released a statement. That was saying Keiko's King. Yes, saying it's not true. Yeah, I saw that. Nobody focused on that issue. No one, they just focused on that with Roxy, so it has nothing to do with me. I'm just saying.
Girl, Lisa Raye really didn't see what was coming, because if she thought Nicole getting with Michael McKissick was betrayal, then what Nicole did next had her completely done with her. So around 2011, rumors started flying that Lisa Raye was in a thing with Pastor Noel Jones, but she shut that down fast, saying he was just her spiritual guide, a close friend, and nothing romantic. But Pastor Noel didn't clear things up right away. He just let folks keep talking and even played into it on his reality show Pastors of LA, where they joked about whether Lisa Raye could ever be a pastor's wife and if he could handle her Hollywood lifestyle. But later he finally said they weren't actually together. Still, insiders claimed they were real close for a while, and maybe even getting serious till someone else stepped in, and that someone was allegedly Nicole Murphy. See, when Nicole heard Lisa Raye had moved on with someone she already knew, she came swinging hard and started cozying up to Pastor Noel Jones just to get back at Lisa and Chile. Nicole wasn't even sorry about it. She felt like if Lisa could mess with her man, Michael, then her relationship with Pastor Noel was fair game too. But when folks saw how Nicole was moving, the internet was not feeling it at all, saying she should have left things alone since Lisa had already stopped talking about her.
Nicole Murphy, you're disgusting. You sat on that couch and you laughed. It ain't no moment, it's a mess. You wrong for that. You the type of women that let these men be evil. They gotta have some help, and women like you are that type of help.
Someone said, Nicole Murphy is so gorgeous to be as diabolical as she is. Sleeping with your friends' husbands is so lowbrow. Another person wrote, I don't understand how Nicole can end her marriage to Eddie after being cheated on only to have affairs with her friends' husbands. She seems to care more about still being hot and alluring than her friendships with Lisa Raye or Leela. But do you guys think Nicole Murphy was right to get her lick back, or should she have just left Lisa Raye alone? So what do y'all think about this whole Nicole and Lisa Raye mess? Talk about it down in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe, because the next video got even more wild tea coming up. See y'all soon, my bop addies.